uncivilized.
Because the Acolyte is Star Wars at its best. This show will shock and amaze you with how Disney's Star Wars has improved upon the classic tale of a Jedi struggle in resisting the dark side. And I think if we compare the Acolyte with the rest of the saga, it will become so obvious that the Acolyte is truly something special. As one key component as to why we love good storytelling so much is being able to see with our own eyes our characters' motivations and perspectives through how they react to extreme circumstances. So if a character does make a drastic change in their morals, say being able to heroically rise with virtuous fortitude or succumb to a tragic fall, it's sort of nice to be able to see fluid character progression so we can have some sort of understanding of how, after maybe let's say one skinny dip and 10-minute conversation later, our hero could forsake their faith, forget about all their friends that were just murdered, choke out their surrogate father to join the dark side. But before we were blessed with the Acolyte, maybe the most critical scene in Star Wars that, coincidentally, also gives you a deep, purposeful, coherent look at a character's motivations came in a sequence of Luke battling with the temptation to give in to the dark side, which happens at the very same time that he was faltering in his faith to his Jedi training and refusing to listen to Obi-Wan and Yoda. So Luke is now under immense pressure from Vader to embrace the easy path of hatred and anger. And how and why did Vader put Luke in such a precarious position? Well, Yoda taught Luke that you can discern the difference between good and bad when
you are calm, at peace, passive. A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense, never for attack.
So Vader would want Luke to be the least bit calm and peaceful as possible. And Vader knew that through the Force, Luke could sense the pain and danger of Leia and Han if they were captured and tortured. So Vader orchestrated that to happen so that Luke would be emotionally disturbed on many levels and more likely to succumb to the dark side. And in the Acolyte, Darth Edward tempts Asha to the dark side by taking all of his clothes off and starts skinny dipping.
This is where the fun begins.
Well, I guess Leslie Headland, the creator of the Acolyte and former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, takes the concept of a Jedi being seduced by the dark side a bit literally. But you know, if you polled every devoted, long-time Star Wars fan about what they would be really excited to see in a new Star Wars project, it totally seems reasonable that seeing a Sith Lord take off all of their clothes and take a bath would certainly be at the top of that list. Because the only thing that was ever really missing from Star Wars was a soft-core scene where Palpatine disrobes before his pupil so we can all witness how his granddaughter, Rey Palpatine, eventually came to be.
I think it's canon that R2-D2 is a lesbian.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
But hey, let's not get too carried away and indulgent on the evil Jedi nudity, because it is not just the evil Sith Lord in his birthday suit that made the Acolyte so, special, but it is also the very intelligent words shared between Darth Edward and stunning and brave Asha. Because audiences love hearing their main villains have a corrupted yet understandable reasoning behind their actions, which is most definitely exemplified with Darth Edward. Because when Darth Edward makes his sales pitch for Asha to forsake everything she ever knew to join him, she reasonably responds with, "Hey, didn't you kill my two best friends last episode?" And Darth Edward responds by saying that he was justified in killing Yord because Yord arrested Asha in episode 1. As obviously, when a cop has decent evidence to arrest somebody, so they arrest them, but then finds out they're not the culprit, so they let them go, that clearly means that that cop deserves to be executed. Wait, how does Darth Edward know that Yord was the one who arrested Asha in episode 1? Never mind. Because Darth Edward is in the right, has the moral high ground about everything. Darth Edward was justified in killing that young, amazing Jedi Padawan girl because he said that Padawan girl was not worth loving. And that because Asha would only have a one-sided relationship with young, amazing Jedi Padawan girl, it's like totally cool and fine that Darth Edward stabbed her to death.
Boring conversation anyway.
So as Darth Edward makes these very convincing statements, does stunning and brave Asha use her fantastic wit to call Darth Edward out on his faulty reasoning and show him that he's being a bit of a dummy? No. But it is neat that Asha takes her situation into her own hands, has a bit of agency, and has a great opportunity to end this evil, murderous, psychopathic Sith, which she cowardly gets cold feet on because, well, the plot needs to happen and keep the evil. I mean, Asha is correctly following Jedi protocol by not attacking the unarmed. Which, there's a funny thing about being unarmed when you without a weapon is still more powerful than like 50 Jedi combined because you could stop them with the smallest, slightest of hand gestures. And, you know, now that I think about it, Luke Skywalker, everybody thinks of that guy as a hero, but he was really in the wrong in Return of the Jedi for attacking that Rancor because that Rancor wasn't even holding a blaster and had no immediate threat to Luke's life. So, I stand corrected. I'm a changed man. The Acolyte is flawless and peak Star Wars, and it was totally hype and amazing that Asha decided to not kill the guy who murdered all those Jedi, but instead decided to put on that edgy Darth mask thing. So, next time, I'll be more careful, maybe more slow to speak, because I don't want to be made a fool again, because truly, where would we be as a collective society without the merits of the Acolyte here to have an impact on our culture? So thank you, Acolyte. I was struggling to hold on to my will to live, but because the Acolyte's fantastic acting, clever plot, outstanding production value, plus-sized Jedi, transitioning lightsabers, and cleverly introducing beloved characters like Yoda and Darth Plagueis the Wise into the canon for the first time, we know that Star Wars is in good hands, and I will be pulling up the Acolyte TV series season 1, just playing it on loop here, time and day out, all that stuff, until Disney greenlights season 2.
Thanks for watching
ダックファインダー
on YouTube. For more premium content, subscribe.
Just like the